Peace. What's the word, everybody? Give everybody a chance to tap in with the kid before we start building on the subject matter for the day. Hopefully, y'all having a powerful Friday thus far, man. So I'm gonna give everybody about 2 minutes to tap in with the kid before I start going in on this subject matter, because I do want to go in. It's probably be a situation where I peacefully go off and speak my mind on this subject matter, man. I'm gonna talk to the ladies on this one, but the fellas can definitely benefit from what it is I'm about to say, because the vice versa always applies to these situations. So when you're talking to the ladies, when you're talking to the fellas, the vice versa is always relevant. Magic, Frankie, peace, what's happening? Terrence, peace, what's happening? What's the word, man? How y'all living? How y'all feeling on this wonderful Friday? But yeah, we about to go in talking about health, man. Everybody want to talk about red flags, and everybody want to act like they didn't know this person was this way and that way. It's like, man, we ignore the most important red flags out the gate. We ignore the most important red flags out of the gate. You get with a person that don't even care about their health out the gate, you are ignoring one of the biggest red flags. One of the biggest red flags. They are already neglecting their health, and they not striving to do anything to improve it. You know, Thunder, peace, what's happening? Terrence, what you say? How can someone love you when the reflection of themselves isn't love? Oh, for sure. I say that all the time, man. How can somebody love you, or how can you love somebody when you don't love yourself? When you don't love yourself enough to improve yourself, like, dude, how you out here talking about you love this person, love that person? Again, self-love is like the first love that we have to master and deal with. And a lot of us, let's be honest, we don't love ourselves. We don't. So then we get caught up in the lust. That's what it is. See, in a process of trying to discover who we are, a lot of us are afraid to uncover the truth or deal with the truth about ourselves. So then we start running into all these relationships that's based on lust. That's what's happening. Then we want to try to say, oh, no, I love this person. No, it's lust. It's big time lust. That's what it is. You obsessed. It's lust. That's it. That's how you end up finding yourself in these crazy situations and these crazy relationships, because you're running from yourself. So when you run from yourself, you got to run to somebody else. So that's what's happening. See, when you go within, I don't have to run to anybody else. I don't have to go to anybody else. Everything is coming to you when you search within first. Everything comes to you. You attract things to you when you go within. But when you are afraid to go within, now you got to run to everybody. You run into other people. That's how you run into these bad situations. A person that's mastering self, a person that's focusing on self-love, they not running to other people. They not running to relationships to run from themselves, to run from their problems. And that's why I say you attract what it is that you need when you focus on yourself. That's why I always give that advice to focus on yourself. Everything that you need, you will attract it when you focus on yourself. But the people that's afraid to focus on themselves, like I said, boom, they run into relationship after relationship. See it all the time. Chris Torenzo, peace, what's happening? So again, and let me break down, it's a difference between, now I'm not saying every brother got to be fit and mastering their health, all of that. Not saying that. It's a difference between, it's a difference. It's a difference between a brother that is currently not in shape, but knows and understands that and is striving to be in shape or striving to get in shape, striving to make changes, opposed to a brother that's not in shape and don't care. It's a difference. So I'm not telling you that you got to be all the way in shape 100%, just everything is perfect, whatever the case may be. No. But if you know that currently I'm not at my best health-wise, and you acknowledge that and you making small changes, then we cool. You prioritizing your health. You know and understand that I'm not in the best shape. I could be much better. Let me go ahead and do something about it. So if you with a guy and that's the case, you can stick that one out. You can rock with him. Just like, again, for the fellas, if you with a lady and she is understanding that she's not in the best shape right now, and she's striving to do something about it, boom. That's cool. That's cool. I'm not telling you that you gotta find somebody that's already in tip-top shape. No. You can find somebody that's not in any shape whatsoever. But they striving to make changes, to get in shape, to change. That's what I'm talking about. It's a mindset. So if you get with a person and they not in the best shape, but they know that, they understand that, and they striving to make changes, they striving to change that, then we good. So that's what I'm talking about. Shantae, peace, queen, what's happening? Jerome, peace, what's happening? For sure. You know, so again, this is for ladies and fellas. But you know, YouTube don't let you put all that in the title. So you got to pick a side when you creating a title here. But this applies to men and women collectively. If you get with a person and they don't prioritize their health, they don't care about their health, why are you caring about that? Why are you wasting your time with that person? If you are with a person, they letting you know that they don't care about their health, they don't care anything about getting in tip-top shape. Why are you with that person? Now, the crazy thing that's out here, though, it's like people are preferring that. It's like that's a preference out here. That's a preference out here, man. It's people out here that prefer people to look a certain type of way. So if you prefer somebody to look a certain type of way, and that type of way that you prefer them to look doesn't result in them being in tip-top shape, then that's a problem. There are certain women, because I've heard these things, there are certain women that prefer a certain body type. And if the guy has that body type, then there's not much that he can do in regards to getting in shape, because that would eliminate that body type. So if you are a woman out here, if you got a large amount of women out here telling you that they prefer a certain body type, and that body type will result in you not working out, then what you think dudes gonna do? They gonna stop caring. Dudes ain't gonna care. Just like, you know what's crazy? Women like to blame men for getting surgeries, for enhancing certain body parts and things like that. They like to place a lot of that blame on men. Cool. But guess what? Women, the same also applies to y'all. You all have certain preferences that dudes listen to. Dudes listen to what it is that y'all say y'all prefer. And some of these dudes try to embody that. So just like y'all blame us for certain surgeries, guess what? The flip is also true. You got dudes out here that they like, okay, a lot of women saying they like X, Y, and Z, then let me get that type of body. Because this is what the women like. So you got brothers out here that embrace certain body types because they feel like that's what women like. So when women come out here collectively saying they like dad bods, or they like dudes with the gut, guess what? Guess what dudes gonna stop caring about? They're gonna stop caring about the gut. They're gonna be like, the ladies love it. So why would I need to do anything about it when the ladies love it? So ladies, y'all gotta watch what y'all saying. Y'all gotta watch what y'all putting into the atmosphere, just like y'all say we do. Y'all gotta watch what y'all put into the atmosphere. If enough of y'all keep coming out saying that we like guts, we like dudes that have bellies hanging out, then that's what you gonna see. You gonna get a bunch of dudes that don't care anything about slimming the waist down, and they just gonna keep bench pressing and neglecting legs and neglecting core and neglecting the abs, because that's what you said you like. That's what thousands and thousands of women say they like. Why would I watch what I'm eating? These women love the gut. They love my belly hanging out. So I'm gonna give them what they like. It's a lot of men like that. That their whole physique, their whole look revolves around what they think women like. Just like y'all say women do. Just like we got certain women out here where their whole physique revolves around what they think men like. Same applies to some brothers out here. So y'all got to be mindful of what y'all putting out into the atmosphere. Be mindful. When y'all keep walking around talking about y'all liking these guts and, oh man, I'm like, when you got that belly, I'm eating good and things like that. Oh, that mean he eating good. And be mindful of what y'all saying. Sweet tea, peace, what's happening? Be mindful of what y'all saying. Be mindful of what y'all put into the atmosphere. We gotta deal with the facts. The facts state that y'all pretty much on average already outlive us. So listen, you got to get with a brother that takes his health seriously, because we trying to be around. It ain't nothing for man. We dropping like flies out here. Brothers be going through it, dropping like flies, man. If a brother is not on point with his health, man, it ain't gonna be nothing for him to drop down. It ain't nothing. We dropping like flies out here, man. So brothers got to be on point with their health, man, because there's so much that we have to deal with, like seriously, so much that we have to deal with, man. It's a reason why y'all outlive us on average. It's a reason why. So you got to make sure your man's is on point with his health, because you want him to be around for as long as he can, functioning optimally for as long as he can. That's what you need. That's what you want. You shouldn't be getting with a brother that's neglecting his health, all because you said you like a gut. Then 10, 15 years into the relationship, now you want him to do something about it. Now you want this man to go work out. Now you want this man to focus on slimming his waist down. 10 years into the relationship. It's not that easy. It's not that simple. Interview piece. What's the word? What's happening? Oh, yeah. Thunder. Yeah, for sure, man. I got a few books that talk about that. When it was like certain, like being obese, was a sign of affluence, man. It was a sign of wealth. It's a sign of wealth, literally. And and that was over 100 years ago. Like when the kings and all that, man, when they was obese, that was a sign of wealth. It's a sign of wealth. That's what we did. Like, and subconsciously, we keep that going. Like subconsciously, when you lose weight and you go amongst family, they automatically think that you're starving out here. They associate you with the children in Africa that they show us that need to be fed. So subconsciously, we still abide by that. That if you big, you out here eating good, you wealthy, this, that, and the third. And if you skinny, you lose the weight, then you starving. So that's what we be on. We carry on that tradition to this day subconsciously. We don't even realize what we doing. So you can't even lose weight out here without people thinking, hey, you starving yourself. You must be down bad. You must don't have money for food. You must can't afford to eat out here. Lorenzo, 100%. Jazz and Peace Queen, what's happening? Koshan, peace, what's happening? Lindell, peace, what's the word? So yeah, you got to make sure, man, ladies, listen, man, like I said, y'all already got us on the lifespan. Y'all already outlive us. You know what I'm saying? So if you want that thing to work, man, you got to make sure your man's is on point with his health, man. You got to do it. You got to do it. Because I'm going to be honest with you. In my experience as a trainer, the thing that dudes are, like working out, most dudes will do that. Like most dudes will go to the gym. Now dudes do it improperly. Like dudes just want to like throw some weight around and then boom, they done. Like bench press, boom, let me leave. But most dudes will work out. It's the other things that dudes will neglect. And those things are the most important. But dudes will go work out for the most part. But when it comes to eating right, when it comes to like just making sure the mental is straight, like meditating, all of that type of stuff, that's where dudes tend to neglect themselves. And these are the most important things. Like I said, going to the gym, working out, exercising, for the most part, a dude is going to find a way to do that. His line of work may involve that. But it's the other aspects of health that the man tends to neglect. And that's off of my experience, what I have noticed. Dudes will work out, they'll do that no problem. And even with that, sometimes they don't want to do some of the hardcore workouts, like cardio type stuff. You know what I'm saying? But they'll come push some weights. But when it's time to clean up the eating, that's when it gets real in the field. Like dudes have a hard time transitioning to a cleaner way of eating. Why? Because certain foods have been associated with being a man. And that's part of the problem. You have a certain way of eating that has been associated with manhood. That's why, in my experience, that's why it has been easier to get certain women to transition to certain lifestyle changes when it comes to nutrition. Now, I'm not saying all of them, but for the most part, it's easier. Because like I said, a dude feel like he got to eat that steak. He got to eat that slab of ribs. He got to eat that meat because he feel like that's man food, because that's how it has been painted for us. If we eat in a certain type of way, we not eating like a man. And that's always been the picture that's painted. It ain't. When have you heard a woman say, "Oh, you ain't eating like a woman"? Oh, that's real woman food. Like ain't nobody said that. But I didn't heard people say that that's real man's food. Real men eat this, that, and the third. I've heard that. I've heard that more than twice in my life. You know, so there are certain ways of eating that has been associated with manhood, and that's why sometimes it's hard to get men to transition to healthier lifestyles on a nutrition end, because he feel like if he eliminates that, then he's not a man according to society. So we got to break that. We got to break that train of thought. It's killing a lot of us brothers. It's killing a lot of us. Dion, peace, what's happening? Kurt, peace, what's the word? Oh yeah, there we go. Let's get it. You know what I'm saying? You just getting started. Just getting started. Renzo for sure. You know what I'm saying? Jolly old Saint Nick. You know what I'm saying? All these jolly old people, they had the big bellies. You know what I'm saying? They had them. So we gotta start caring about our health, and we gotta make sure that's a priority. Like I said, ladies, if you get with a guy and he's already letting you know he don't care about his health, what other red flag do you need? Riddle me that. If you get with a guy and he's already out the gate showing you behavior and showing you signs that is letting you know that he don't really care about his overall health and well-being, what other red flag do you need? So when you get with this person that's already displaying he doesn't care about his health and they start acting crazy, you really can't be saying, oh, I didn't know that he was like this. He already showed you in the beginning that he didn't care about his health. So what other red flag did you need? Somebody let me know what other red flag did you need. And again, I'm not saying that the brother got to come in there in tip-top shape. If a brother just admits like, hey, yeah, man, I need to change the way that I'm eating, this, that, and we talking about men. We ain't talking about boys. We talking about men. So if you dating a man, you talking to a man and he's not caring about his, at some point, like that man needs to care about his health. So if you talking to a man and he don't care about his health, like that's a problem. Again, we're not talking about little boys that don't know any better out here. We talking about men. You talking to a man and he's like not saying anything about his health. And all of his habits are self-destructive. Then it's like, what are you caring about that person for? What are you caring about it for? Why are you even entertaining that situation? Why? Sharif and peace. What's happening? Hey, slow and steady wins the race, man. Slow and steady wins the race. That's how we all need to be functioning. Slow and steady. It's a gradual process. Not gonna happen overnight. Be patient. You know what I'm saying? Don't beat yourself up over the head if you slip up a few times. It's gonna happen. Stay focused though. Stay focused. Reacts, you say healthy fit adults are rare to see nowadays, which is sad. It's sad. You know, we unfortunately tend to wait. I don't want to say to the last minute, but we wait too long. We wait too long. Like exercising is something we should never stop doing. Like we treat exercising like something that is optional. Like, no, we should always be exercising. That's not something that you do from time to time. It's not seasonal. Exercising is like brushing your teeth. It is something that should happen every day. Like what world are we living in so people think they can take 15 years off from exercising? Like, no, that's not normal. That's not what we supposed to do. That's dangerous. You playing a deadly game if you taking that long off from exercising. You playing a deadly game with your heart. Especially if your eating is not up to par. Man, you playing a very dangerous game. Saying, all right, man, I'm gonna go 15 years without working out, and I ain't gonna care anything about what I eat, and I'll be sitting there, I'll just sit around, complain and mope. Man, ticking time bomb. That's a deadly game. That's a very deadly game you playing, and most people are playing that game. Then you get to a certain point, metabolism is slowed down. You then got older, you can't move like you used to move, and now you're trying to work back out, and it's a little more complicated. And now depression about to kick in because it's slow and steady anyway, even when you're young. But when you get up in age, it's really slow and steady. So you're not about to like this process at all. At all. So we got to stop playing with ourselves, man. Exercise is not something that's optional, man. It's mandatory. It is mandatory. This is something that you must do every day. Go hard 4 days out the week. Light exercise is 3 days out the week. But every day you should be doing some form of exercising. What's complicated about that? Nothing. Like, seriously. This is not up for debate. Like, this ain't no debate. Everybody should be exercising every day. 25, 30 minutes of some form of movement every freaking day. It's not a debate. It's not something I'm here to discuss. I'm telling you all, that's what needs to happen. And this is something that needs to be prioritized when you entertain a person. Y'all should be discussing health. That's what y'all need to be doing. But instead, y'all probably went out somewhere to eat and ate the worst food on the menu. And wonder why the relationship grows to be toxic, because nobody is caring about what they eating. Nobody is caring about their health. This is why everybody angry, frustrated, toxic, because look at what we eating. What we eating is a reflection of how we are acting. We consuming all this trauma. We consuming all of this negative energy. That is how we going to act. We living like wild animals out here. So we acting like them. That's what these dudes are acting like. A dude eating like a wild animal. He's living like a wild animal. So he going to act like the wild animal. So be mindful of that. Be mindful of that. Frankie, what you say besides health, how do you practice self-love? Man, I don't even, there is no other way to practice it because everything revolves around health. So anyway, self-love in and of itself is health. So when you focus on your health, there's really nothing else to focus on. When you focus on your health mentally and physically, that's the only self-love that you really need. It's the only way to practice it. Is to take care of yourself. And that's health. The only way to practice it. I can give you a bunch of ways to practice self-love, but it's going to all revolve around your mental and physical health. Whether it's journaling, meditating, eating right, exercising. That's all health at the end of the day. That's all health. And those are all ways to practice self-love. Journal, meditate, tap in, get in tune, search within. Like I said, like I wrote on here, man, you gotta reach within before you reach out. That's all health related though. So all you need to focus on is health, mentally and physically. That's the only way to practice self-love to me. I don't really care about any other way outside of health. Because again, that's the most neglected aspect of society, our health. So we need to restore that. So I don't even want to tell people to focus on anything else because we have never been focused on our health. We have never been collectively focused on our health. I feel like that's the only thing that needs to be of focus right now today. As far as self-love, everybody already do the other stuff. People will go meditate, they'll go pray, they'll go journal, they'll go do all these things, but people are afraid to eat right consistently and exercise hard consistently. These are the things that we need to do. My sister introverted, yeah, for sure. If he don't care about his own health, what he gonna do for you? You know what I'm saying? Like I'm telling you, you got to be mindful of these people. Why would you get with why would you get with a brother that consistently will encourage you to do the wrong thing? Man, when you was hanging around, like when you was a teen and you was hanging around your peers and you had a few peers that was always encouraging you to do the wrong thing. What did they get labeled as? A bad influence. So why would you get in a relationship with a person that's a bad influence? Dude, that's a dangerous game to play. That's a dangerous game to play. Why would you get with somebody that every time you look up, they bringing toxic food in the crib, they cooking toxic food, they feeding the toxic food to the kids, to the babies? Man, that's dangerous. That's dangerous. That's a dangerous game. If you're willing to play that game, cool, be my guest. But that's a dangerous game that you playing. It's like relapsing. It's like, man, if you trying to sober up from some alcohol, from a drug, and you get with a person that they overly indulging in the drug and they don't care anything about you trying to be clean, trying to be sober. man, you wouldn't want to be with that person. So if you're trying to clean up the way that you eat and you constantly with a person that they eating the total opposite, man, eventually you gonna cave in. 9 times out of 10, the person that's striving to do the healthy thing gonna cave in to the toxicity. That's how that goes. So you want to find somebody that's on board with being healthy, or will at least encourage you to continue to be healthy. Not say, oh man, like eat this hamburger real quick. You didn't eat clean for 3 days or for 5 days. This hamburger won't kill you. Nah, you don't want a person like that. Nope. Nope. Dangerous. Feel peace, what's happening for sure. That's how I go. I'm telling you, man, plant-based, man. I'm telling you, man, listen, I move a lot better and I haven't lost a step when it comes to the strength being plant-based. You know, people that follow me on Instagram, Facebook, see what I'm lifting, haven't lost a step. I recommend it for everybody. And I'm going to continue to say that. I'm going to say that every time. People want to debate me on it, but I'm living proof. You know what I'm saying? And I got plenty of other people that's living proof, especially when you do it correctly. It's a correct way to transition. Chaos, reign, peace, what's happening? TV, peace, what's happening? Right on. Yeah, this is a very important topic. Lindell, for sure. You know, and I made a status. I said, man, it's the world is constantly changing, yet remaining the same. People that know. You know what I'm saying? What that means. Oh, hey, Coach Shumford, hey, I've seen that a lot of man. I've seen that on both sides. I've seen that a lot where the partner gets to working out, getting in shape, and then the other, their spouse or the girlfriend, boyfriend, whatever, basically would discourage them from working out because they like how they looked before. So you got to watch that. You got to watch that type of energy. Anybody that's trying to derail you from taking care of yourself, you do not want to be with that person. You do not want to be with a person that's trying to derail you or discourage you from being healthy. That's dangerous, man. I'm telling y'all, if y'all don't take anything away from it, it's dangerous to be with somebody that's trying to derail you from being healthy. That's dangerous. Why would you want to be with a person like that? It's dangerous. It's dangerous. Lindell, they got a few that's better, you know, but I don't want to say sugar got a bad rap. It's the artificial and the added sugar that got a bad rap. You already know. The fruits, you already know how I feel about the fruits. Get your fruits in. That's the sugar that the body is craving. That's the sugar that the body needs. Introverted, my sister for sure. Terenzo, my brother, appreciate the donation. Terenzo, and you know what's funny about that? Working 7 days, like it's funny that you mentioned that. You know what I'm saying? Because we won't hesitate to work 7 days a week for these corporations, for other people. We won't hesitate. But when it comes to put in that work 7 days a week on your body, that's a problem. It's a problem. We're going to clock in 7 days a week for good old massa. You know what I'm saying? We're going to clock in them. Hey, put in that same work on your body and your mind 7 days a week. That should never stop. Self-development should never stop. We should be working on that every day. Why you don't have 20 to 30 minutes a day to exercise? Who don't have that? Somebody let me know right now. Somebody working 24 hours in a day, 7 days a week. Somebody let me know. Who has a schedule like that? And if you have a schedule like that, that's stupid. You know what I'm saying? Like, that don't even make any sense. So I know you got 20, 30 minutes a day to work out, to exercise. Do something. I know you got it. E-reacts for sure. Man, listen. Alcohol, it has gotten to the point. Man, alcohol is a serious problem. And the reason why I say it's a serious problem is because people, like, the justification of it is crazy. A lot of people be dealing with the alcohol and don't admit that they have a problem. That's one thing I've witnessed about alcohol these days. Like, man, people will justify drinking left and right. It's not a necessity. Like, someone tell me what does drinking alcohol provide the body with that we can't get from something else? You know what I'm saying? Somebody let me know the benefit of drinking alcohol. Like, somebody let me know what I can gain from drinking alcohol that I cannot get from anywhere else. Somebody let me know. Somebody let me know. What am I getting from alcohol that I can't get from anywhere else? And I'm talking about a benefit, not a way that it makes you feel. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about a benefit, some nutrient, some vitamin, some lost vitamin or nutrient some lost vitamin or mineral that's in alcohol that I can't get from anywhere else that benefits the body that I need to live. There isn't one. There isn't one at all. But man, people justify drinking left and right. Man, I get it. Life is challenging. Life is hard. I go through things. But man, I'm not running to this alcohol. Because at the end of the day, when the buzz wears off, guess what? Your problem's still right there. Matter of fact, the problem then became worse. Because now you're destroying brain cells in the process. So now you got other problems to deal with. Man, so put the drink down for a second, man. Put the drink down. I'm telling you, put the drink down. Put the drink down. Drink you some water. You shouldn't be having more alcohol in your system than freaking water. I train people. I got a scale that lets me know the water weight of people. 95% of the people that come in there have low body water, and that is not good. I'm talking about it's low. It ain't average. It's low. Most of the people that I deal with, body water is low. That is a problem. And what are we doing? What are we doing out here? And what are we really doing out here, man? You willing to pick up that alcohol before you drink some water? Like, come on, man. We got to know that doesn't make any sense, man. We got to know that. Quit justifying it. Quit justifying it. You won't die if you do not drink the alcohol. Someone go find me some cake. Oh, because I don't drink alcohol, I'm going to die. Like, no, that's not the case. That will never be the case. There isn't any condition on this planet that cannot be treated without the consumption of alcohol. Guarantee you. Ray Sean for sure. Antonio, peace. What's happening? Wayne, there you go. You know what I'm saying? You coming in with a set of principles, man. Like, hey, this the way that I eat. If we gonna be together, like, this is how this gonna have to work. Goldie, peace. What's happening? Tune, peace. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, plant-based, man. That's how we roll. You know what I'm saying? That's how we roll. Like I said, man, I was on it before it became a thing. People ain't even, I don't even think, back when I was on it, I don't even think plant-based was like a phrase. I don't even remember people saying plant-based back then. I can't remember, man. But when I was in it, man, you was just using terms like vegan, vegetarian, things like that. And even then, I was always having to define what veganism was back when I made the transition. Like, people didn't even know what vegan meant. Now you at least know what vegan means. Patrice, peace, what's happening? Montel, peace, what's the word? E reacts exactly. You know what I'm saying? It's crazy, and it's crazy that you say that. People talk about, I drank because of the stress. When it's been proven that one of the best things you can do for stress is to exercise. Because exercising releases endorphins that make you feel better. So it's crazy. We just pick and choose, man. We pick and choose when we want to listen to science or things like that. I drank because of the stress. Dude, do you understand one of the most helpful things that you can do for your stress? One of the best things you can do for your stress is to exercise. This is what the science says that y'all always talking about, y'all listening to. The science. When it was time to get jabbed up, everybody wanted to tell me what science said. But then they didn't want to listen to the science when it comes to exercising and relieving stress. But when it was time to get jabs, everybody was a scientist. Everybody was an advocate for science. But then it goes out the window when it's time to exercise. Ah, man, I gotta drink because I'm stressed out. This is what people say I gotta drink, I gotta have this drink, I gotta have this, that, and the third, because I'm stressed out. If I don't have it, it's gonna be X, Y, and Z. We ain't talking about not having some water. We're not talking about not having things that you actually need. People think they gotta have things that are actually destroying them. No, doesn't make any sense. Doesn't make any sense. Doesn't make any sense whatsoever. Rohan, you say, how do you convince your partner to be healthy? My dad be coughing all night, and when I complain, he blame me. Now, Rohan, now this is the thing. It's not necessarily, I don't want to say we try to go out our way to convince them, right? This is what you do. This is what I've always done. Always been a person that leads by action, leads by example. That is the best way to tap in. It's almost like when you dealing with kids. You can tell kids one thing and then do the total opposite, and now they confused. When the kid just see how you moving, they gonna follow how you move. They gonna follow how you move. They gonna pay attention to how you moving. That's what the kid is gonna pay the most attention to. How is he moving? Then they gonna emulate what it is they see the adults doing, which is why we have which is why the world is the way that it is, because children just emulate what they see the adults doing, and the adults are ignorant, so therefore the children are just emulating ignorance. So we got to take this same principle and apply it to convincing someone that you're with or even family members to be healthy. All you have to do is lead by example. Don't be forceful. When you bring force into it, the only thing that meets force is resistance. So don't be forceful. Meet people where they at. That's how you got to do it. Don't get angry. Don't get upset, because you can't make a person do anything. But just throw out little bits and pieces. Meet people where they at. And one thing I've always realized too is, like, when you bringing up suggestions, things for them to do, focus more so on telling them what to add into their regimen instead of eliminate. See, people don't want to hear. They don't want to hear stop drinking. Like I'm one of the I'm gonna go off on you because I'm going off right now. But if I'm really dealing with a person, I want them to be better, I'm not gonna focus on the alcohol. I'm not gonna focus on the candy that they eating. I'm gonna try to just get them to eat more greens first. See, when you give them to eat more of the good stuff, then they gonna start just not wanting that bad stuff naturally because they eat more of the good. So just find a way to incorporate more greens into their life. If you got a part, like, then you just gotta cook, make smoothies. Just do something like that. Take charge of what's on the plate. That's one of the best ways to do it. You know what I'm saying? So if you a fella and you trying to get your lady to eat better, start making smoothies. Start making smoothies. Say, hey, I'm making smoothies for us both. Drink this smoothie. That's how you do it. Y'all still gonna have whatever meal she gonna have it. But hey, you gonna drink this smoothie also. You give her 1 or 2 smoothies a day. When it's time for her to eat the bad food, she might not want it because the smoothie filled her up. So you got to do small things like that. Like, people don't want to hear about what they're eating that's killing them. They don't want to hear about how bad it is, how they need to stop it. That's going to turn them off. Just try to get them to eat more of the good foods, more of the beneficial foods. That's a starting point. Because like I said, like even just water, try to just get them to drink more water opposed to telling them what not to drink. You know what I'm saying? You see they drink all these sodas, drinking, just say, hey, man, you need to drink more water. By default, when they start drinking more water, they're going to stop drinking the sodas. People don't like to be criticized and things like that. So people don't like to be told what they are doing is wrong. So don't focus on that part of their lifestyle. Just try to get them to add more of the good stuff. That's it. Because once you start telling them what they are doing is wrong, they about to get in their feelings. They're going to get emotional, and they're going to be like, they're going to resist you that much more. They're going to become rebellious to what you tell them. And Rohan, and you know what I'm saying? And that's what I was asking. That's why I said it's important. The question that I asked was, what benefit can you get from alcohol that you can't get from anything else? That's what I was asking. That's what I was asking. So wine's supposed to be good for the heart? Whoop-de-doo. But you know how many other fruits and vegetables good for the heart? So there goes wine out the window. You don't need it. People drink alcohol as if it's something. People drink alcohol, wine, whatever, as if it's something that they need, and without it, they lack it. Nope, that's not possible. And that's what I was getting at. Select services, peace. What's happening? Airview for sure. Hey, that water, my waterway. I got the only, like, out of all the people that I deal with, I got the highest waterway. My waterway is at like 63%. Everybody else be in the 40s. Yo, it's all bad out here. People don't be drinking that water. And again, drinking water doesn't, you get water from fruits. So I don't necessarily, like, I get a lot of my water intake from fruits. Hey, Shantae, for sure, man, if I'm training you, you tell me anything about some alcohol, some wine, whatever, you about to be doing burpees the whole session. That's why people try to wait to after sessions to let me know what they did. Lorenzo, my brother, appreciate that donation and the breakdown. Sherwin, peace, what's happening? Yeah, Shante, and I tell people that all the time. It's almost, I compare it to when people ask me about reading. I always tell people to start off with what you're interested in. Because if I just give you a bunch of books and you're not interested in the subject matter, it's gonna bore you. You're not gonna want to read. So start by reading things that are interesting to you. You can find a jewel in anything. If you like fiction, read fiction. You don't have to read what I'm reading. You do not have to read what I'm reading. If fiction is your thing, read these fictional books, and I guarantee you can find some jewels. Read what you are interested in. Same with exercising and working out. Work out in a way that interests you. Work out in a way that is fun to you. If you like lifting heavy weights, then that's what you do. That's what I do. If you want to go play basketball, man, hoop, go play basketball. You like swimming, go swim. Now, there are certain elements that I feel like everybody should incorporate. But man, just for starters, start with things that you enjoy doing to make working out fun. That will keep you consistent. That will keep you committed. Don't just out the gate try to follow Ronnie Coleman's old program. You didn't watch the bodybuilder on YouTube, and now you ain't never worked out in your life. You watch the bodybuilder on YouTube, and now you about to try to do their routine. You're probably not gonna like it. Most bodybuilding routines are very boring. So you probably not gonna like following that. It's probably gonna be too strenuous for you. You know, so start with something that makes sense to you, something that you're interested in, something that's fun to you. That's where you start. Incorporate the other elements later. But you gotta start somewhere. So make the workouts fun for you, man. Whatever it is, however, your style of working out. If you like to dance, man, incorporate that element into your mix. Dance, that's movement. That's motion. Motion is medicine. Like, I'm a weightlifter. That's what I do. I focus on lifting heavy weights. Now it's like, okay, I'm consistent on that. Let me add some more. Let me add a little bit more cardio. Let me get on this row machine. Things like that. But I'm doing what I like first so that I can stay consistent and committed. Then I'm going to add other elements later. That's how you do it. APG, peace, what's happening? That is how you do it. But again, man, like I said, when you entertaining a potential spouse, like a potential partner, that is, I mean, I don't understand for the life of me why that's not like one of the first things we talking about. That used to be a talking piece, man, like literally. Back when I was transitioning, before I got into my situation, man, before I got to the marriage that I'm in now, it's like every time I go somewhere, like that'll be a talking point. I would order food, I'd be like, hey, don't put this on that. Like, I don't want no bacon. I ain't eating this chicken. And they'd be like, whoa, what you on? And then that would lead to the conversation. And it's like you can automatically, at that point, when you had a conversation with a person and you let them know, like, I don't eat this pork, and pork is this, that, and the third. I ain't necessarily fooling with this chicken. You can just tell by the way that they look at you. Like, you can feel the vibe instantly. Either they gonna be like, oh, that's intriguing. Tell me more. Or they're gonna be like, yeah, this dude is one of them. Instantly. instantly. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is a conversation that we should be having. Instead, we want to wait till we get into our 50s. You know what I'm saying? You want to wait till you get in your 50s to tell your husband, hey, you need to check out your colon. Instead of giving them colon cleanses in their 30s. Instead of giving them foods that improve the health of the colon. You know what I'm saying? In their 20s and 30s. Like, this is what we need to be doing. We waiting too late in the game. Patrick, peace. What's happening? Antonio, please don't get me started. When I tell people I've never smoked, never drank, they look at me like man, it's like they seen a ghost. They look at me like, man, how do you function in society? That's literally the look I get. They are appalled. They like, dude, you ain't never did what? How have you made it this far in life? That's how they looking at me. Oh yeah, Shantae, and that's what they do. You know what I'm saying? But for the most part, I'm able to tell. I know when people sluggish. I know when, you know what I'm saying, when you sluggish, I just wait for people to tell me the truth. He reacts, man, hey, listen, push-ups, pull-ups, burpees, dips, crunches, any form of planking, all of that is effective. Master your body weight. Then you go to the compound movements with the deadlifts, the squats, bench press, military press, bent over rows, power cleans. All of these movements are important. You should be doing all of these things that I mentioned. What they say, what's the religious phrase? A couple that prays together stays together. Nah, a couple that works out together. A couple that like stays fit together or gets fit together. They stay together. These are people that's gonna stay together. Get them on board. We ain't gonna play with them, man. We gotta. Like what the people say. Let's normalize. Let's normalize getting your partner on board with the health thing. Stop leaving them at well, they just don't fool with it. Let's normalize getting them on board because we're not trying to convert them over to another religion. You know what I'm saying? We're not trying to convert them over to another thought process, another school of thought. We trying to get them to be healthier. We shouldn't have to fight with you shouldn't have to fight with your partner when it comes to that. You shouldn't have to fight. You shouldn't have to fight. So let's normalize getting the spouse, getting the partner on board when it comes to being healthy. That's something that should be normalized. That's something that should be very simple. It shouldn't result in a fight. Why do I have to fight with you for you to eat more vegetables? You know what I'm saying? Like, what? What are we doing? You a grown man, you 30, 35, 40, 45, and I got to fight with you like a kid to get you to eat your spinach. Donda, what you end up in the hospital with? Yeah, Francis, for sure, man. I'm telling you, I know I get judged for not drinking, and I get judged in the sense of people think that I think I'm better than them because I don't drink or smoke. It ain't got nothing to do with that. I never had. Listen, my story is not complicated. People think I don't. I just never had the desire or the urge to drink or smoke. That's literally all it is. I just never had the urge or desire. I was never intrigued by it, so I never did it. It's really that's how simple that is for me. People just act like it was some life changing. I literally never had. First of all, I seen what alcohol did to people, so I was like, when they drink, they get the crying, they get the fighting, they get headaches, all type of negative stuff. I'm like, nah, I'm good. And smoke, I just never had the urge to smoke, so I just never did it. Real simple. But people like, oh, you must think you better. It got nothing to do with that. I just never cared to do it. I don't judge the people that do it. Although alcohol, I feel like it's stupid. You know what I'm saying? You definitely need to be weaning your way off of that. Smoking, I don't really say too much about that because I never, like, you know what I'm saying? I just don't say too much about that. That conversation can go a million different ways. But alcohol, we can all universally agree on, is detrimental. How many people, what's the drunk driving number? You know what I'm saying? What's the number? What is the number? Jerome, appreciate the cash out. Let me look up something. Let me look it up. Y'all know we can look it up. This is when Google becomes useful, and they still might be lying. Look at that. Drunk driving causes more than 10,000 deaths every year. July 26, 2021. So this is y'all saying, I think, the latest statistics. So yeah, that's something that doesn't serve a purpose. People be like, oh, you can't drink and drive. Woo, woo, woo. Duh. But you know, when somebody drinks, guess what? They're not in their right mindset. So yeah, it sounds logical when you're sober, but when you're drunk, it ain't no telling what you about to do. Because you're not thinking properly. So yeah, you about to think, man, I done been around plenty of drunk people that when they drink, they swear up and down, I'm good to drive. I'm good to drive. Dude, no, you not. Like, I see how you functioning. So if you don't have that logical person in the corner to be like, man, you not driving, it's easy to get in the whip. It's easy for a person to get in the car under the influence. I've seen it. Been there, done that. People thinking that they swear up and down, they can bust this highway down and they can barely walk without stumbling and falling. But swear they can drive though. Come on now. That's something that we can do away with. We don't need that. Feel 100%. Oh, Kurt, for sure. It's coming soon, man. Like I said, I just talked to my camera guy about a week ago. My workout video. One of my workout video. I'm talking about the not workout video that I'm doing from the phone. Do this professional. That joint is coming, I think, on April 23rd. April 23rd is when I'm gonna do the workout. So the video will probably be posted that next day. So it's getting real in the field, man. I'm about to really start documenting the workouts and all that, getting professional with the videos for the workouts and things like that. So be on the lookout. Be on the lookout. All of this is coming. Chris, man, do you do the turmeric, garlic, ginger, all of those good old spices? Shantae, man, get it. Hey, you know what I'm saying? Get that brother love. Hey, when I travel to that man and get the tattoo eventually, he finna work out. You know what I'm saying? He finna do some burpees. That's gonna be, you know what I'm saying? He gonna do that. Yo, peace, what's happening? Oh, Shantae, okay, now I see it, Shantae. You say he jump ropes a few times a week. He still gonna do them burpees. He ain't finna come in contact with me and he'll do no burpee. Fellas, do them burpees. Every dude I train be hating to do burpees, hate to do body weight exercises. I'm get all y'all. Fellas, do them burpees. Do the body weight exercises. Do that cardio. You know what I'm saying? Get away from the weights for a second and hit them burpees. Hit them burpees. Hit them high knees. I guarantee these workouts will kill you. More so than bench press 300 pounds. Do them jumping jacks, them burpees, and them high knees, inchworms, planks, and you about gonna be dead. You know what I'm saying? I've seen them type of exercises break down grown men who can bench press 300-400 pounds. They do 10 burpees and they ready to quit. We can't be like that, man. Chris, in due time then. In due time then, man, because I done had my fair share of pain-related situations. I was in a car accident that was severe, but I ain't had no injuries. You know what I'm saying? The car flipped like 5 times, but I crawled about that joint. It was good. But football tore my body up. You know what I'm saying? So when I started making certain changes, all of those nicks and knacks, man, I'm telling you, I had a boatload of concussions, separated both shoulders. I done had all type of ailments, man. I'm talking about when my shoulder separated, them joints did not heal properly. And I was suffering from shoulder pain for years after I got out of college. And I did my own rehab for my shoulder, which I got the shoulder routine, I think, posted on Instagram. And I'm talking about, man, I don't have those shoulder issues no more. You know what I'm saying? When you focus on things like mobility, I got a whole back routine that I posted on YouTube that when you do that, it kind of realigns the spine, and it's a natural joint, realigns the spine, man, because everybody suffers from bad posture, things like that. So I got a whole stretching routine that focuses on realigning the spine, and it eliminates back pain, things like that, things like that. Oh yeah, Antonio, for sure. Like I know my black card has been revoked. I don't eat the chicken. I don't eat the pork chops. I ain't got no black card. Oh, Chris, for sure, 100%. Chris, please go find my back routine that I got on here. It's on here somewhere. I don't even know what to type in. I'm gonna have to redo it. But yeah, because I read a book called, I think it's called The Foundation. That was one of the books. I got several books pertaining to the back. Got several books pertaining. Like I have been studying fixing the back naturally for a minute, and I posted the routine on here. It was a long time, probably like a year or two ago when I first got on here, consistently. And that joint, and it helps with sciatica. It helps with all of that. It helps with damage. This is what he was talking about in the book. I wish I could find that book so you can see what it looks like. It's somewhere in here, man. I got like a million books. I'm trying to see if it's somewhere in my site. But the book is called The Foundation, and it's strictly for your situation. And I'm telling you, man, I'm sure when you do those stretches consistently, man, your back gonna be feeling a million times better. You're gonna be feeling great. But the thing is, you gotta do them joints. You gotta do that routine like at least 4 to 5 times a week. Man, I'm sorry. I wish that book was right in my next time I stream, man. I'm gonna for sure have that book, man. But that book is great. I got a lot of books though. I got a lot of books pertaining to the back because that's what I do. So of course we're gonna study that. But I'm trying to see if I got one that's close to me. Obviously not. But yeah, definitely try to find that video. If not, I'm gonna just repost. I'm gonna redo it. Oh yeah, it's on. Yeah, man. And bro, I'm telling you, people want to run from them burpees. Michael Peace, what's happening? AT, shoot, I need to be in the stretch class. I need to, for real. That's part of the game where I neglect. I need to be in the stretch class for sure. You do some virtual stretch class, I need to, because boy, I need to be in that. Yoga, something. That's the part of fitness that I don't be fooling with consistently. Just stretching, yoga type joints. Eric, you say how many burpees should I do if that's all I'm gonna do in a day? Man, I'm gonna do 100 burpees. If that's all you finna do 100 of them things. Space them out throughout the day. Do 100 of them. We ain't gonna play with y'all, man. Hit 100. Like straight up, just hit 100. Oh, Chris, for sure. Yeah, yeah. And that's what it's about, core development. You build that core strength, that definitely helps with the back. But the lower back is the core, basically. So, boom. So when you focus on the core strength, you by default focusing on your lower back strength. So yeah, man, it's like, hey, where there's a will, there's a way out here. So we gotta start put your partner on game. You know what I'm saying? One of the worst things you could do is sit there and just let your partner, like, just watch them decline as far as their health. Like that's sad, man. Why would you want to see that? C square, my brother, peace. What's that? Why would you want to see your partner slowly deteriorate? Who wants to see, like, why would you want to watch that? You see them indulging in destructive behavior and they not stopping. If anything is getting worse, that's sad, man. Why would you want to watch that? And then when something happens, you want to act surprised, you want to cry. You saw this unfolding. You got the knowledge. You got the science of the food and the lack of exercising and how that impacts the heart, how that impacts the mind. So you watching it. You watching them do everything that your information is telling them not to do and what it will lead to. So when it leads to it, don't be surprised. You knew that was going to happen. You knew that brother was going to have that heart attack. You knew the brother was going to have that heart. You knew that brother was going to be diagnosed with diabetes. You saw what they was eating. Like, seriously, nothing is new under the sun. You saw how they were eating. Don't be surprised when it's a heart attack. You saw them eating a bunch of nonsense, clogging the arteries, a bunch of dairy products with no vegetables, unnecessary cholesterol because the body already produces the amount of cholesterol that it needs. So you watch them consume nothing but cholesterol. You know that's a heart attack waiting to happen. You know it. So when it happens, it's like, yep, that's not surprising. You watch them overly use the microwave every meal. Microwave. Radiation. That's cancer. So you watching this, and they not doing anything to balance it out, to remove that from their system. They're not doing cleanses, detoxes, and you know this. So when it happens, when something detrimental happens, you saw it coming. That's depressing to watch that, man. So you gotta have. It's a difficult conversation to have, but you gotta have a conversation. You can't just let your partner just eat themselves into that hole, man. You can't. You just don't do that. If you claim you love a person, then why would you watch them do that to themselves? Like, why would you watch them? Why are you comfortable watching them do that to themselves? And you want to have families with this person? Like, nah, that's not like, dude. They're not gonna be around. Or they kids gonna have to take care of them. These kids that y'all gonna have, they're gonna have to take care of you. They're gonna have to take care of their pops. They're gonna have to take care of their moms because they don't want to take care of themselves. Don't be that burden. Had a conversation, man. Francis, and that's modern society, man. They done made it popular to be a certain type of way because now everything is considered body shaming. So that's where that stems from. Literally, everything is body shaming. That's what we own. That's the society that we live in today. Everything is body shaming. So you literally can't say much because you body shaming. You know what I'm saying? It's fat phobia. Things like that. That's the language out here that we utilize. Well, I tell everybody all the time, they have what I call true phobia or honest phobia, whatever you want to refer to it as. They have a phobia. They are afraid of the truth. They are afraid of someone that's honest. They are afraid of the facts. So, hey, if you finna tell me I got a fat phobia, you got a facts phobia. You know what I'm saying? You afraid of the facts. And that's just what it is. That's just what it is. Like, you have a facts phobia. You are afraid of the actual facts. You know what I'm saying? You walking around carrying all of this excess weight that's straining your heart. And that's a fact. That is a fact. That is what you call an actual fact. You know what I'm saying? This ain't me having no phobia. This is me concerned about your health. Wanting you to be healthy. This is me wanting you to be healthy. That's literally all that it is. It ain't got nothing to do with a phobia. It ain't got nothing to do with me shaming. I'm concerned about your health. That's it. Reggie, peace. What's happening? Black Graffiti, peace. I don't know which one of y'all it is, but peace, peace. Yeah, Magic, 100%. Fat phobia. Like I said, just tell them they got a facts phobia. Hit them with the facts and then let them know they have a facts phobia because that's literally what they have. It's a facts phobia. They are afraid of the facts. They are afraid of the truth. And at that point, who cares? Aaron, peace. What's happening? My brother, peace, peace. Dude, you know what I'm saying? That's what we refer. All you had to do is say dude. You know, so again, hit them with the facts. That's what we got. Again, we talk about what we should normalize. That's what we got to normalize telling the truth, man. Normalize dealing with the actual facts. That's what you got to normalize. Just normalize telling the truth, man. That's where I'm at. I'm at a point now in the game where it's like I'm just tell the truth. If they gonna penalize you either way to go. You know what I'm saying? Because if you don't tell them the truth, then they gonna say that. Oh, you for real? They gonna question you. So just tell them the truth, man. Tell them the truth. Tell them how you really feel. At the end of the day, can't nobody really penalize you for telling the truth. Can't nobody really penalize you for telling them how you truly feel. They can't. Like at the end of the day, man, they can't. You told the truth. They just didn't like it. That's all it is. But they can't really penalize you for it. Like that's it. Like they just didn't like what you said. So just tell the truth, man. That's it. Tell the honest truth. Like that's just how we gotta move, man. That's just how we gotta be. Tell the honest truth. It is what it is. They don't like it, whatever, man. But especially if they ask you for your honest input, go ahead and be honest with them. Give them what they asked for. Seventh Wave, peace. You say, do you have bookings for consultations? For sure, man. Just tap in, man. Just hit me up. I don't know if you follow me on Instagram, friends with me on Facebook. I don't know, but just tap in with me. Hit me up on one of them joints. But yeah, man, we gotta do a better job, man. Regular job. C squared for sure. And one thing I say about that too, see, we got to understand about that in regards to trying to get your partner on board. I was just talking about the duty, I got my lessons right here, boom. Everybody that know we study the lessons out here talking about what's the duty of a civilized person, and I was building on that, man. Again, we got to reach the uncivilized. Each one teach one. That's the phrase. So it's like if you in a relationship and you got the knowledge and you put it into motion and you becoming healthier, like why would you not want to reach or teach that to your partner, to the other person? That's not a time to really be selfish. You know what I'm saying? Once you implement the changes, like once you implement what you have learned and you see that it's causing your health to improve, like you got hey, you at least should be hitting your partner with this information. At least. And again, if they not receptive to it, then now we gotta have this discussion. Seventh Wave, man, you could type in my name on Instagram and find me. Yeah, you Eric Bell, Almighty Vegan, whatever you want to type in, that should come right on up. Francis, you say, what do you think about purchasing? Hold on. What do you think about purchasing some vitamins in pill form? Are they absorbed by the body normally? Now, and I'm gonna do a whole video on that because that's also the new wave these days, man. A lot of people making money off of selling vitamins in capsule form. And what the problem that I have with a lot of these vitamins, because a lot of them are isolated. And what do I mean by that? Like they'll sell you this vitamin. Now, some of them, a lot of them be like, because you get B12 and D3, but then you also have a lot of vitamins that's isolated. And even some of the vitamins that's combined don't necessarily be the best combination. But the thing about vitamins and minerals is they don't work well in isolation. A lot of these vitamins and minerals need other vitamins and minerals to be properly absorbed. Like iron, for example. If you just taking an iron pill, but you not receiving adequate amounts of vitamin C, then it really doesn't matter. Like it's pointless for you to be taking this iron pill if you're not consuming a proper amount of vitamin C to go along with it. Just like calcium, magnesium, vitamin D, like all of these things need each other to be absorbed by the body. So a lot of times when you get these capsules, these pills, even these liquids, they don't take that into consideration. And then on top of that, some of these supplements promise you some very unnatural dosages. Like you might see something promising you 10,000 IUs of vitamin D, and you can't find that nowhere in nature. Like the body is not equipped to break this vitamin down at that level because there's nothing in nature that contains that much of this vitamin or this mineral. So you got to watch for them vitamins and minerals that's promising you a very high dosage of that vitamin and that mineral. It's unnatural for you to be seeing mega dosages in nature. So that means the body is really not equipped to deal with this vitamin and mineral at that dosage level. So if you consuming this capsule that's promising you a mega dosage of this vitamin, that can be dangerous. It can be dangerous for the body. I say strive to get all of your everything that you need from what you eat. And really the only vitamins that I deal with in capsule form, like B12 and vitamin D. The only ones I really deal with in that form. And vitamin B12, they say the liquid form is actually the best for the B12. And sometimes magnesium may be good, but magnesium, you can even get a liquid, like you can even get like a liquid type substance to where you put it on your body like some lotion type deal, and it gets absorbed that way. But for the most part, I try to tell people to stay away from all of these capsules and these pills and things like that, man. I try to tell people to stay away from them because, again, they promising you these things in isolation when in reality, if you get, like I said, if you get this iron, you need this vitamin C, but they selling you this iron separately. And you think, oh, I take these iron pills, so my iron should be good. But you're not eating no vitamin C. Like, oh, man, I got these calcium pills, but I'm not eating an adequate amount of magnesium. So it don't make any sense for me to take this pill. But they don't tell you that. They just selling you this they selling you this calcium. Now you got some brands, they will sell you calcium and magnesium. They will sell you some of these things in combination. But then that's when you gotta look at the dosages. But I'm gonna do a video on that one for sure. You know, so at the end of the day, I try to, you know what I'm saying? I don't really be recommending a lot in reference to pills. It's a money grab for rich. Man, if I wanted to be rich in the field that I'm in, if I wanted to be rich, I'm telling y'all I could be. I can start selling waist trainers for the women. I'll be rich because they gonna buy waist trainers instead of just changing what you're eating and working your abs. Like literally, there was a time before waist trainers where women had abs and didn't use waist trainers. That's just a money grab. It's not something that you need to develop your abs. But if I wanted to really become a millionaire, I could capitalize. I could sell waist trainers and I could sell a bunch of supplements to people. I could just combine a bunch of things and be like, here, this is a vitamin B12. This is a vitamin D. This is a calcium. This is magnesium. And I'll be rich out here. But instead, what I tell y'all do, I tell y'all to eat certain foods. That's what I tell y'all. I tell y'all to work out a certain type of way to get the abs. I don't give you a product. Now I can write a book or something, which I got some of those, but I ain't selling you a product. Hey, buy my waist trainer if you really want to slim your waist down. No, man, go do squats, deadlifts, bench press, military press, and do a few ab exercises every workout. And guess what? And then change the ways you eat. You know, so at the end of the day, man, most of these things are money grabs. All these vitamins and all of these supplements that everybody swear but down that they taking, and yet we still sick. So obviously this stuff ain't working. People that have been taking multivitamins for a very long time, still going to the doctor, still suffering from deficiencies. You know what I'm saying? Like multivitamins have been a thing for a very long time. They used to tell you. I remember taking Flintstone. Man, how many times you heard them tell the kids, make sure you take your vitamins. And these kids still grow with deficiencies, still grow with ailments. Because we think that this vitamin can substitute for eating right. No. I know I ain't the only kid that was fed vitamins. I know I wasn't the only one that was fed the Flintstone vitamins. Man, I was taking Flintstone vitamins as a kid. They used to tell me, man, make sure you taking your vitamins as a kid. I'm telling you, that was a thing. I don't know if it's still a thing, but man, people have been taking these vitamins for a very long time, and it ain't. So what problem is it solving? People still not eating right. That's the main thing to focus on, man. Main thing to focus on. CYG, very unhealthy. Very unhealthy. If it's one thing you should eliminate, it is the swine. If it's one thing you should eliminate. SGN Junior third or the 3. Yeah, but that's the thing. People don't use them as such. They don't use them as such. Because I'm gonna be like, to be honest, you know what I'm saying? Like, just to be honest, like people don't want to do the work to eat anywhere near close to healthy. So they not looking at this vitamin as a supplement. They looking at this vitamin like, yep, I ain't trying to eat. Oh, okay, vitamin A, I gotta eat all these sweet potatoes. I gotta eat these carrots. I don't want to do that. Let me take this vitamin A supplement. You telling me to get the proper amount of calcium? I got to be eating these sesame seeds, and I got to be drinking 2 to 3 glasses of almond. I don't feel like doing that. Let me take this calcium supplement. We don't like people. We in a quick fix society, man. People think that these vitamins are the end all be all. If they take this calcium, they feel like they ain't got to eat any food that contains calcium. They don't feel like they got to eat any food that contains magnesium. So that's not how people functioning. At the end of the day, you don't need a supplement when you eating properly. You know what I'm saying? And that's what they won't tell the folk. Like I said, the only thing you may need, depending on where you live, is vitamin D. Because even B12, you can get that if you eating properly. CYG, man, gradually get off of it, man. Gradually. I don't know how often you consume pork, but let's just say you consume pork 5 times a month on average. Go down to 3 times per month. You know, so slowly but surely, it's always a process, man. So however, just analyze how often you consume pork. And when I say consume pork, analyze like some of the products, some of the other foods that you may consume. It may have things like gelatin. It may have pork products in it, pork ingredients in it. So just be mindful of everything that you consume that has pork in it. And see how often you consume these foods and chop it in half. Chop it in half. Chop that number in half. Like cut it in half, whatever the number is. I don't know how often you consume pork related products. You know, so I would have to get that knowledge first. Oh, 7 ways. Don't even get me started. Boy, I do not get me started on pork videos. Because I'll go in on the pork. Like I said, if it's one thing you should stop eating, is that. I don't care. Like, you know what I'm saying? Eat whatever else you want. Stop eating that at least. Snuggles, peace. What's happening? Oh, every day? All right. Why? Oh, yep. CYG, we got a problem. So, fam, let's say on average we got 30 days in a month. We're gonna chop it down to 15. And I don't even care for, like, I don't know what pork products you're eating, but gradually make transitions, because at the end of the day, like if you eat bacon, all right, you're gonna have to go get some turkey bacon. I don't even care for turkey bacon like that. You know what I'm saying? I don't eat the meat, but that's if whatever you got to do to get off the pork. So if you eating bacon, then get your turkey bacon. Slowly but surely. Slowly but surely substitute. Rohan, yeah. Rohan, I had dropped the jewel on a video probably some months ago. It probably was last year. that talked about the vitamin D we receive from the sun. The problem there is, in order for you to properly get the correct amount, for one, you almost got to be like just bare skin outside, like you gotta be naked almost. And then another thing that people don't realize too, the moment like you gotta like when you go outside and you trying to activate that vitamin D, like you gotta let that soak in for like some hours. A lot of times people will go right from outside to the shower to the bath. The moment you do that, you removing the vitamin D. You're removing it. So a lot of times, even when we get in the sunlight, we not getting the proper amount of vitamin D because we might have on too many layers of clothing, and then we might go take a shower or take a bath right after leaving from outside, and that's wiping out the vitamin D. And people don't know that. So just because you're going outside, that also doesn't mean that you necessarily getting the proper amount of vitamin D. It's all about absorption. Like people think that because they doing something or taking something that they receiving it. No. So we got to be mindful of that too. Just because you may be going outside doesn't necessarily mean you're receiving the proper amount of vitamin D. Like for example, you might be having on shirt. Like when you go running, like you gotta be shirtless out there. You know what I'm saying? You gotta be shirtless at least. Be shirtless, but then you got to give yourself hours. I forgot the exact amount of hours. I had to go back and tap into my sources. But you got to give yourself hours after you've been out in that sun for that vitamin D to be properly absorbed from the sun. Like I said, if you instantly go into the crib and take a shower, take a bath, that was pointless. You done wiped it off. No meat, cold turkey, 3 years. Oh yeah, y'all know my story. I have been 10 plus years without the joints, and don't miss it at all. Don't regret it. Don't care to go back. All of that. There's nobody on this planet that can convince me to go back to eating meat after what I have experienced and witnessed while not eating it. And again, like I said, the people that follow me on Facebook, Instagram, y'all see the lifting. I haven't slacked off, haven't gotten weaker, none of that. Muscle still there, we still good. So what do I need to go back for? You know what I'm saying? I don't have any reason to go back. So I'm you know what I'm saying? If it ain't broke, don't fix it. So we good. But y'all, man, with that being said, I got to get off this joint, man. I got to make some moves. I got to finish some people off, man. It's one of them days, it's been one of them weeks, been a long week for your boy, man. The clientele is steady growing. But hey, that's what I asked for. You got to get the people in shape. Got to get the black people in shape out here, man. I'm starting to get more brothers too in the gym. So that's a great thing. You know what I'm saying? That gets me amped. You know what I'm saying? To get more brothers in the gym, man. Y'all know I train a lot of ladies, but man, to see the brothers coming in now, it's peace. I'm loving it. You know what I'm saying? So it's all good. That's the mission. Trying to get everybody on this health boat, man, because we got it. We need it. Health is wealth. You know what I'm saying? Health is wealth out here, man. We got to stop neglecting that health. Got to stop neglecting it, man. But appreciate everybody tapping in with the kid, taking the time out to listen to this build. If you missed it, rewind that joint, catch the jewels. Appreciate the donations, all that good stuff, man. But I'm out. I'm going to try to tap in. Like I said, it's April, man. I'm going to get more consistent with the content, man. I was out here. I was playing around in March, man. I was playing around. April, we back on it, though, man. We hitting y'all over the head with this information. We're not finna play with y'all. We're finna say a lot of things that people don't want to hear, but we don't care about that. But I'm out, man. Y'all enjoy the rest of the Friday, and I'm going to tap in when I tap in with y'all. Just be on the lookout because I'm back on it, man. I'm back on it. The energy back up. We good. But all right, y'all, man. I appreciate y'all. I'm out. Peace.